Hey guys, welcome back to iXoft Original, and today is another exciting edition for the HD screen recorder software we are working on. Okay, so I have been getting a lot of comments on some of my videos, and they're commenting to give out the next episode of the screen recording software. And there you go. I believe this video is gonna be quite short because of the coding in that, but I'll be somehow leaving the link in the description for the codes, or let's say I'll be explaining much more because I won't be coding everything from scratch. Okay, so before we get started, if you have yet not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do well to subscribe because we have a lot of things to give to you guys. We are here to learn all together ourselves. So if you have yet not subscribed to our YouTube channel, don't hesitate to just click. It wouldn't take 5 seconds of your time doing that red little button down there, and then click on the notification bell to get any update whenever we upload a new video or we upload any exciting video online, so that you'll be the first to get it. Okay, so let's see what we're going to create today. Now, when you take a good look at my final project I've done so far, you could see that when I start recording the project, it automatically hide itself, and it always pops up a little guy at the right bottom corner of my screen. So this is my project. When I click on record, you see this guy right here. So this is what we are going to build today, and I believe it will be very, very interesting for you, and that is going to be another awesome project. Alright, so before we get started, let's see what we can do here. And so this is what we will be building today, and I have already done that, so I'm just going to go to my previous project and we see what we will be doing about how we will be going about that. So I created a new form and I called the form recording mode, right? Okay, so from my project, this is what I'm going to do. So this is my project. I'll just go to project, add window form, right? So it's a new window form, and this window form, I'm going to call this recording underscore mode. So let's say recording mode, and that is going to create this little guy for me right here. So quickly, let me go back to my final project. First of all, I would like to search for the size I used here. I want us to get everything accurate as I did it here. So in this case, I'll just see the size of what I did. So that is for the width is 414, and for the height is 311. The width is 414 and the height is 311. So let's go to the size of the main form. So that is going to be 414 311. So I got the same thing, and what I did was I turned the form border style to none, and basically what I did was I added, you could see that I added the ellipse, Bunifun ellipse. So from the Guna ellipse. So from the Guna ellipse, you see I have Guna ellipse 1 here. So I'll just copy that. Already you have the Guna ellipse in your toolbox, so you know how to find this Guna ellipse, and I believe by now you know how to go about the Guna ellipse. So I'll just have to paste it right here, and automatically you will see that it will just reshape the whole thing for me right there. Now, what did I added so far again? You could see that on our previous project we added a panel, which is a gradient panel, right? So in this project, I'm just going to add the gradient panel I added here, right? So concerning this gradient panel, I'll just have to copy this gradient panel, then I come to my project here, then I paste it. Okay, so by default it just pasted everything, so I'll just have to delete everything. All right, so I have only the gradient panel right here. So guys, you can go ahead and then scale this according to anyhow you want to scale it, depending on what you want to do. So the next thing I did was I copied this PB clip, which was from my previous project. That is the screen I have here, or let's say from the recording from the preview screen. That is what I have here. So I just have to add a picture box or anything like that. So what I did was I would just copy this picture box. I renamed it to PB clip. So I'll just paste that guy right here. So this is the guy. So I'll just have to resize this guy like that. You see? Good. So this is quite interesting. Alright, so now after this, I just added these guys right here. So I believe by now you know how to add all these guys. So I'll just have to copy all these because we've already added them in one of our previous projects, and I believe by now you know how it works, and I believe you've gotten how the whole thing works. So I'll just have to copy that from my final project. Then I come to my new project I'm working on, so I just paste it here. So I just drag and drop it this guy here. Good, and that is awesome. All right, so let's see the next one. The next one is very, very simple. It's just the recording mode buttons, which I added. Is the same thing I added to these guys. So I just have to copy the whole thing. Just copy that, come here, and then let's paste this guy here, just like this, right? So we have this right here, and I believe we've gotten the basic understanding on how this whole thing works. So you just have to take your time and go through everything, and you have to get to know how you could resize, reshape, and do all those tasks, all those stuffs. Yes. All right, so far so good. I believe we've gotten what we have here, but let's see what we did. Now okay, so let me close this guy. Let me go to the main form. Whenever I click on this record guy, you could see that now I said this. So what we want to do, let's take a good look at my final project, which is this project. Now on this record button, when I click on this record button, this is what I said. I said the recording mode, so let's see here, the recording mode should show, right? Okay, so now let's do that right now, and let's see what we can do here. So from this recording mode, when we come to this record button, we just have to say that whenever we start the system, we just have to say recording mode dot show, right? So if the recording mode is showing, I think we should hide ourselves. So that is what I did. You could see me.hide, so we just have to say me.hide. all right, so that is it. So whenever we click on start, it's just gonna show the record and then hide itself. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We have indicator button dot visible. I don't want to talk about that for now. And we have the red indicator dot start, and that red indicator is a timer, which I don't want to tackle that for now. Now you can see that I have this recording mode dot clock tick dot start. So now let's see what that recording mode dot clock dot tick was talking about. I gave out a timer, and I renamed the timer to clock tick, right? I renamed the timer to clock tick, and I set the enable to false. I set the intervals to 1000, and as you know, that is the timer we use to run out the hours, the minutes, and the seconds. So it shouldn't be a new thing to you. It should be something you know already. So I'll just copy this guy. So you just have to add a timer, then you rename it to clock tick, right? So I'll just come back to my project, go here and I'll just paste it right here. So I have this clock tick here. Now when you enter into the clock tick, when I just enter into the clock tick, I have this code right here, and these are the codes we used previously to run up our seconds, minutes and hours, right? So from this section I'll just have to double click on this and I'll just paste this guy right here. So whenever the clock is ticking, this timer is going to read, right? Okay, so this is quite interesting and quite awesome. Now when we take a good look at this, when the form is loading, it has to do something, right? It has to do something. So with this, let's go into the view mode. Now let's see from the form load event, and let's see what we have here. This is the final project I've done so far, but I want us to take a good look at the codes I wrote so far, so that we will be saving a lot of time on this. So when we take a good look at the form load event, that is the form load event, this is it. So for the form load event, I solved the flicker and I added a location position. So first of all, let's solve the flicker. I believe we already have the flicker in our project before. So if you want to solve the flicker, just go to the form 1. Now enter into your codes, go to the top. I believe you have this solve flicker here, and this is the same solve flicker. So you just have to copy the solve flicker. Then you go to your recording mode, right click, and from here let's paste it as a private sub right here. So just have to copy this guy, this solve clipper, just copy that, then come to the recording mode events. So now let's select the loading event, which is whenever the system loads. So we will just first of all solve the flicker. Yes, so the flicker is now solved. Now when you take a good look at this, we have this location position. The location position is where your form is going to be positioned, and you could see that it should be positioned at the right lower corner of your screen, right guys? Good. So to get that, I created a private sub here, a private subclass here, and I called it location position, and I declared y as integer, x as integer, x equals to screen.primary screen.work. So I'm just gonna copy this and then I will explain to you furthermore. So I'll just come here, and that is another class, so I'm just gonna paste it here. So now let me zoom in. One of my students said I should zoom in well for him to see, so there you go. So from here, what I said was private sub location position. That is a statement I declared as a class. So here I said dim x as integer and dim y as integer. So with the x, I redirected the x to a screen, which is a primary screen, and I need a working area, and that working area I am targeting the width, and the width should be minus me.width, that particular form dot 8 width. So the same thing applies to the height. Okay, then I said me.show in taskbar. So it means it should be able to show in taskbar, and I said me.location equals to new point, which is the x, and then the y. So that is what I did. So here I'll just have to copy this guy, then I will paste this guy also here. So after solving the flicker, whenever this record mode starts, it's just gonna load the position as well. This is awesome. So let's see what I did here. Now for this stop button, what I did was I called the function to stop from my main window. So this is what I did. I said the form1.btn stop should perform a click, and that form1 btn, the form1 is this is my form1, and this is the btn record, right? So that should be the one which should be the one which should perform the click. That is the stop, btn stop. So I'll just have to go back here, go inside my record, double click on this, and I'm gonna copy the code and then explain to you furthermore. I'm very sorry guys, because I want to move fast. So I'm just gonna copy the whole thing, and I'll just come back to my project and paste it to the stop button. So here I said the form1.btn stop should perform click, which means this btn stop is going to perform click whenever I click on this stop guy. And I said something here, I said me.hide. So this particular form, this recording mode itself, is going to hide, and the form 1, which is the form we hide, I don't know how to say this, which the form which is already been hidden, sorry guys, the form which is already been hidden should be should show, and then the form 1 height should turn to this, and then the form 1 label 13.text should tend to hide. This form 1.label 13, let's see what the label 13 means. Now let's see for the label 13. So from here I can see that, so this is the label 13, that is the stop button. It should tend to hide. So you could see that this is hide, so it's now going to tend to hide whenever this, yes. All right, so that is what I did for the recording. Then let's see this guy, what I did for that guy. Okay, for this hide guy, this is what I said. I'm just going to copy the whole thing, and I'm just going to paste it from this guy so that you could see whatever I did. So this is what I said. With the button preview, I said if the label 13.text equals to preview, and that label 13.text is this label, right? Okay, so this label. So let's see from the other one, which one is the label 13. I just want to know that particular label so that we can get a better reference from there. So this is the label 13, and this is the label 23. So that means this code right here, which is this code, which is where is that guy? Okay, I think the button stop is okay. So the label 13 should tend to hide. It should be label 23. So let's see this. That is label 13, and this hide is label 14, right? So we go here, we set the label 14 instead should turn, if the label 14 is preview. So let's see. Okay, let's see. So from the label 13, from here, I think this is the label 13, right? Yeah, so this is the label 13. So if this is preview, then if it is tend to preview, then label 13.text equals to hide. Then the label 13 label 13.location is equal to a new point, and that point is going to be 7247. The reason why I said that was, if I change this name to preview, you could see that, let's see something here, preview, you see that it's not centered aligned. So I used that code to align the text whenever it's being changed to preview. But when it's changed to hide, it's just gonna take out a new location, and that location is going to be exactly like the same thing as this. And then I said me.height is going to be this, and then the pbclip.visible is going to be false. That is the pbclip.visible is going to be false, right? And then we said me.location location position should happen, right? So that is the location position we added so far here. So that is what I did so far from all this section, and I added one code to this guy as well. So let's see that code I added so far. So from this guy, what I said was, okay, so I didn't added any code right here, but with the picture box one mouse double click, so that is that picture, that is what I really talking about. So I just copy this, then I come to this guy, and within this guy, this is what I said. Okay, when I click on that guy, me.visible equals to false, then the form 1 should show. Then I say for I count equals to 10 to 10. That means the threshold, that is the fading in and then the fading out code. I believe by now you know this threshold codes already. So that is quite also awesome thing I did in my project. Okay, so let's see from here. This is the minimize to tray two strip, right? So I added a two strip, which is a two strip, all right, a menu strip, a context menu strip right here. So I'll just have to copy this context menu strip, then I explain to you furthermore, right? So from this section I added a context menu strip. From my toolbox you just have to search for context menu strip right there, right? So I added a context menu strip, and from this context menu strip I added hide, and from the hide I added hide show small, hide show main, and then under show I said show main window, show small window, and then the stop recording, start recording, and then the close, right? So let's see what I have for this. So I'm going to start with the hide small, then I show you the code behind that. So with the hide small, this is what I said, me.visible equals to false, right? So that is what I did for the hide small. So just say me.visible equals to false. Now let's see for the hide main. So I just form1.visible equals to false, right? So it's just going to hide the form1, that is for the main. So I'm just going to paste the same thing right here. Good. So let's see all right, so let's see this the show, that is show main. So it should be the same thing. It's like a reciprocation code, so it's going to be like, it's going to show up like that. So just click on the show, that is going to be show. Definitely this is going to be show small as well. So that is going to be me.visible equals to true, as you can see. Yes, I'm just gonna keep this so simple and fast for us to so you see me.visible equals true. Now let's see the stop recording. Whenever I click on this stop recording, this is what I said, and let's see what we have here. So with the stop recording right here, it performs the same code the form1 does, right? Or the code I have here for the stop. This button, the code I have here, is the same thing I added to this stop button. So it's not something new, it's just the old one. So the start recording is gonna be somehow like the same thing. So it's gonna perform the form1 btn record action, right? It's just gonna perform that action. So the form1 btn record, which is this button, is going to perform itself to be clicked whenever we click on this start recording. And let's see for the close button. I believe with a close button you know how it goes already, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time on that. So with the close button, this is what I said. I declared some statement here. Let's copy that and then let's explain it for you to understand whatever I did. So I said I declared stress as strange, and the stress is going to be a message box.show, and I gave out a text or a strange saying that, do you want to close this software? And I added a heading, a heading message, which is confer. So I added a message box button which will pop up like a yes or no, and I added a message box icon which is a question. So this is what I said from here. I said if the stress, which is this statement, equals to VBS, then the application itself should exit. Then it should perform the threading, right? The opacity, the fading, and all that. After the threading, then it should close itself. So that is what I did so far. That is what I added so far to that guy. Okay, so I believe so far so good. You've gotten all the features I added to this project, and I believe it's kind of cool. All these Guna controls and all that, they are the labels. I did it in such a way that all these guys can be controllable, right? It's like you can take it, you can drag it along and all that, and that is how it's going to be. So let's record from my original project and let's see the features I added so far. So from here I'm just going to click on the record, and as you can see, okay, so it's not working. That means I didn't add. Okay, so that is it. So I added that is the drag control. These are the Guna drag controls I added so far. So you can add them, you can decide to add them, you can decide not to add them. It depends on whatever you want to do. So in my case, I'm just going to copy them. So far as I have assigned them already, I'm just going to copy these guys. Then I'll just come to my project. Then I just paste these guys right here into my project. So I have these Guna guys right here. So every Guna is being assigned to a specific label, right? So I believe you take your time, you do that. So now let's see one more thing before we end for this video. You could see that I have this notify icon here, and notify icon, let me first copy this and let me show you what I did. So I'll just paste this notify icon here. So from this notify icon, what I did was I came to the toolbox, I added notify icon just like this, and from the property section of the notify icon, what I did was I changed the icon to the icon of my software, right? I changed the icon to the icon of my software, and then I added the text which should be popped up whenever whenever my icon is being added to the tool strip. So that was iSoft Screen Recorder HD. That was what I said it should pop up, and then I turned the visibility to true, right? Okay, now when I enter into this, let's see if I added any code yet. So from this, I just said form1.visible equals to true, right? So that means when the form1 pops up, it should hide that small guy, right? So that is what I did so far. I believe you've gotten all the codes you are supposed to get. So it's time for us to test our software, right? So let's click on this start button. So this is our main project, what we have done so far, and let's click on this guy. So are you sure you want to record? So I say yes. Now you see that I have this to be here, but you could see that the picture, the image is not showing on this on this picture box, right? So let's solve that. And the timer is also not working. So to get that done is quite simple. All we have to do is, when I take a good look at what I did here, from my record button, from my main form record button here, you could see that I said record mode dot clock tick should start, right? So whatever related to record mode should be eligible. So first of all, let me copy this record mode dot clock tick, right? So let's go to my main project, go to your design view. So from here, come to the bottom somewhere here and just paste this. So you're just gonna say recording mode dot clock tick should start, and that clock tick is gonna be this clock tick we added, right? Good. So I believe you've gotten what I'm trying to say here. And I said the recording mode, the indicator label visible should be true, and that indicator label is this indicator right here, right? So I think you don't need that for now because we didn't added this to our project. So I believe we have to get rid of that for this project. All right, so if you want to get that one working, let me know from the comment section below, and I believe we can add more features to that, and I believe it's going to be somehow more awesome. So let's see what we have here, and let's see what we've done so far. So let me first of all delete what I added. Okay, so we will be working on that later on. So let's click on the record. Okay, so I think it's still not working. So let's see what we have here. So with the record button, this is what I said. I said the form1 BTN should perform click, and if this is performing click, from this info and then the time seconds, and then the BTN record is enabled, and we said the clock 1 should start, right? The clock should start, and then the red indicator and recording mode to show. So let's see the clock 1, or let's see the clock. So within the clock, I think that clock is calculating whatever we are doing. So this clock is the timer, and let's see for here, let's see, so let's see the time seconds or the time stretch. So we say take clip. So under take clip, what we're going to say is there you go, recording mode dot pbc clip. So just have to copy this, right? Come here, so under take clip, so come to your main project, go here, so under take clip, so view to the codes, go up. So from the take clip, so where is the take clip? So let's see, so this is the take clip. So from the take clip, from here, just paste this here. So you say recording mode 1 pb clip dot image equals to the ss, and that pb clip is this guy right here. Good. So let's test this and let's see what we've done so far. All right, so from this section, I'm just going to click on start. Yes, and now you can see that it's working perfectly fine. When I click on this guy, it's going to show and it's still recording, right? So when I click on this hide, it should be able to hide for me. So we will be coding that later on. So you can see that this is quite working interesting, right? Good. So let's go back to our main form, double click on this stop guy. This is what we have here. So let's click on this let's go to our main form, click on this top guy. Let's see what we have here. So from here we have a lot of options here which I wouldn't like to tackle for now, because what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to copy this recording mode like this. I'm just going to copy this and then I will explain later, right? So let's come to our project, go to your form. From this top, let's paste this guy right inside here, right? Okay, so recording the timers, it should tend to 000. The seconds counting, it should tend to 000. And what I said again was I said the recording mode, the timer for the recording mode should also turn to it should stop, right? So I'll just copy that and then I'll come to my main project, and then I said recording mode 1.clock tick should stop. So that is for the stop. Now let's see one more thing here. Now for this hide and show, I'll just copy this guy and I'll come to my project, go to the main form and double click on this hide guy, and from here we're just gonna paste this. So this is what I did. If label 13 dot text equals to preview, and that label 13 is this guy, so it's gonna be the label 14 right instead. Okay, so just gonna say label 14 instead, because that is the label 14. So just gonna switch to label 14. So wherever you see label 14, 13 here, make it label 14. I just want to take my time to explain all the codes for you to get a better understanding. Yes, so that is the label 14. So whenever I click on the hide, it's just going to check if the text is preview, then it's going to hide. But if the text is not preview, it's just going to show, right? So that is what I added so far. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so with a delete button, on our next lesson, that will be what we are going to tackle. On our next lesson, we're going to tackle the delete and then the export guy, right? But the export, we will be it will be highly recommended to download MPEG, MPEG encoding software, MPEG encoding source code, and we will be working along with that. There are a lot of things we will not be tackling on this project, because there is a much more goes into that. So that is it. So on our next lesson, we're going to tackle the delete and then the export. Then we see the way forward, and then we tackle the let's work within this and let's see Okay, so we will work on that on our next lesson. We're going to check how all these are going to work, and we build our settings platform, our settings page, and then we see the way forward. All right guys, so now let's test our software once again, and let's see what we've done so far. I want to keep this video quite short and nice. So we have this nice software recording, so I'm just gonna click on start recording, and you can see it's recording down here, and everything is quite interesting. When I click on this hide, you see that this is how it looks like. Click, it show, click, it hide, click, it shows. So this is quite interesting, and I believe you've gotten the basic understanding on programming. And my name still remains Ikesoft Original. If you have yet not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe to support this channel. Don't forget to share the video to others, for others to join this awesome platform for more exciting videos. Until we meet again on our next lesson, have a nice day, and Ikesoft the Original is out.